Good afternoon, everybody. This is Dr. Myra Tatum Salcido from UT Permian Basin, University of Texas Permian Basin, and I am in my kitchen office. I like plants, especially ivy. I have some hanging over my head. And you may be wondering what has been going on in the course. It's been very challenging the first few weeks due to the pandemic, and there has been a lot of movement in this course. I am sorry to say that has occurred. At one point, I had double the class size, and it was too much for me to give enough attention to every student because it's not my only class. I have 4 online classes. One has 34 students, and I'm trying to accommodate everybody online. So at one point, I had 2 or 3 times the number of students as other teachers, so they began moving students out. Unfortunately, and I had already graded some assignments and talked to some students that are not in the class right now. I'm noticing, because I'm in your course today and seeing new students, I am extending due dates because of that. And this is English 1301 online. And I'm also teaching a co-requisite course, the only co-requisite UNIV course that goes with 1301. If you were told by a counselor or an advisor you need to take that course also. It has to do with Texas state laws and different standardized tests that you've taken. So I didn't want to leave anybody out, and they need to take the same courses from me. So we had to move in people, move out people, move in people. And I think the dust has settled. I'm saying that because there's at least 1 or 2 more people that want to join the class in week 3. So the beauty of it is that the first assignments are not requiring a lot of reading or writing. What you need to do once you get this video, if you get this video, it means you are enrolled in my course. And what you need to do is go to the announcements page in Canvas. And you will see that you need to introduce yourself. There's a point or so for that. You need to post your schedule. Just tell me basically when you are available, what days of the week, what times of the week, so that I can have team meetings like on Zoom. Except what we use at the university, you get Microsoft Outlook for your email free of charge. And free of charge, you can install Microsoft Teams. I will send that link around. I will post it in the announcements. I do send things around in your inbox. And I believe it says on the Start Here page to go to the announcements. You click on the top of the page where it says welcome, and it will open up the announcement for you and have all the assignments that were due the first week. And we're 2 weeks in now, but like I said, I think we've got just about everybody in the course, and I am flexible and nice. Yeah, so I will get everybody caught up, make sure you can be successful in the course. You will need to introduce yourself. That is off of the announcements page, and it should show up in your grade book. It did not before. I'm not sure why, but I fixed the links about an hour ago. And it would be nice if you could reply to a few people, not required, but to introduce yourself and then say, hey, if you see somebody else that has something in common or something that really piques your interest or is unique, go ahead and say something. We are all together now, in a class of at least 24, but it's not such a large class that we can't get to know each other. You will see that in the task schedule, it says that you should have picked a book club by now. Don't worry about that. Your book club is, have to remember where I put the books. I have so many. You will all be reading 1984 by George Orwell. You can get this at the UTPB bookstore for about $5.36. You can also get it online at Amazon.com. And you can rent it, get it used, get it electronic, get it any way you can, and start reading. If you're a slow reader like I am, need to get going. It's not an easy read. It's not a young adult novel. It's not a chapter book. It is dense, which means there's profound stuff in here. Things you will have to think about, words you may have to look up, but do it. Do it. Expand your mind. Big brother is a term that came out in this book way before 1984. And it's still used today. You can Google Big Brother Trump, Big Brother Biden, Big Brother Hillary Clinton, Big Brother News, and watch all the stuff that comes up. It was a term that was created by George Orwell to talk about government, and it almost predicted social media and people being guided by what they saw, history being changed by social media, all kinds of stuff. And it's amazing. It's a classic. And once you learn and understand the term Big Brother, you will hear it for the rest of your life. And I hate to admit, but back in the 80s when I was in college, I got a Volkswagen, a green Volkswagen car. And once I got it, I started noticing a lot of them on the road. I never noticed them before. And it's like, oh my gosh, look how many people have my car. And until you ingrain something, you get something and you start looking for it, you don't see it somehow. And then when you see it everywhere. Not anymore in 2020. That car is not cute, the Volkswagen Beetle. So, anyways, that's just to tell you, I wanted to get a book that would expand your mind, and it's too late to start researching books and making groups, which I will try to do as soon as I find out if I have one more student coming in tomorrow. Since it's Labor Day weekend, and you might not watch this until after Labor Day, but next week. And then I will set the groups. And the groups will be that you will look at different things in 1984, themes, plot, terminology, the words used, what they mean, and characters, and other things. So there will be something for you to do as a group, because it's fun to be kind of a book club, to work with other people that read the same book and see what you all get out of it. So what do you need to do now? You need to go to the announcements page, read everything on it, watch this video, and if you're doing that now, you're already good. Write your introduction. Respond to other students if you can. And what's the other thing? It's been a long day. I got up at 5:30 a.m. and I'm on my fourth cup of coffee. Post your schedule. When you are available. Don't give me all the times you're not available. It takes a lot of your time and my time to try to figure out So if you put 0400 online and you put different classes or class periods if you're in high school, I don't know what time those are at. Just tell me a time and a day when you're available, and I will try to have virtual Teams discussions, kind of like Zoom. So we can talk about assignments, you can ask questions, you can email me at any time. We are going to learn modern language association style. That is a big hiccup for a lot of students if you haven't had it in high school, or you've transferred in from another university, or you've been out of the university for a number of years. I will work with everybody on that. So I don't expect anybody to be a professional. I have a PhD in rhetoric and composition. I still learn new things about MLA style, especially since they change it every few years. If I were the queen of the world or the god of MLA style, I would quit changing it at some point, saying, hey, let people just have it one way and learn it and not take things out, change things every so often because they think they're making it easier. Not necessarily. So, this video is going on a little long. I will talk about each paper and things that we're doing. Next thing coming up will be Barry Lopez's reading on entering a new place. I will put a PowerPoint in your module right now about symbolism because he writes heavily on symbols. There's a van that's not just a van. There are boulders in the road that could be obstacles. It's a little bit surrealistic and a little bit of magical realism, where if you got out of a van, it wouldn't just drive on by itself, and you can ride a bike and then catch back up with the van, sit in the driver's seat, sit in the passenger seat, whatever. But he's making metaphors to the college experience, what life is like. It's not necessarily what you expect it's going to be. So keep that in mind when you do that assignment. And I tend to go on. So I'm going to close this out and spool it up on YouTube, which will take a few minutes so that you can have this within the next hour. And just know I'm here. Email me. And we're starting fresh. So I've extended due dates. I will be flexible with everybody, especially if I have 1 or 2 students join tomorrow. But it's best to keep up and keep going. Don't wait and take everybody's extended due dates. Go ahead and just keep working through this course. And I will see you at the next video.